Welcome to episode 10 of the Get Real Gaming Podcast, the show where we get real talking about the latest video game news and releases. I'm Richard, and reporting live from the train wreck that is CD Projekt Red's week. It's Lawrence on the scene. Lawrence.
Hi, Richard. Yes, I'm here in Poland, outside the CD Projekt Red's offices. It's warm. It's very warm. The fires have been raging for a good week now, and it is not dying down. Sony have came in with an oil cannon, just threw it onto the fire. Microsoft does as well. The investors and the developers are rioting outside. It is a literal... People are literally throwing poo at the offices.
Poo?
It's poo, yeah, they're flinging feces. It's definitely a wreck. Back to you in the studio.
Goodness gracious me. Well, thank you, Lawrence. Well, we'll be diving back into that a bit later on. But we need to wait now for Lawrence to return back to the studio in order to continue the show. So I'm just going to sit here and kill some time. If you're out there listening, we've now had 150 downloads on the podcast, which is incredible. Thank you very much. We really appreciate everybody, tuning in every week and listening. And we're glad that you're having a good time. We're having a great time too. So thanks again, everybody. We're coming up to Christmas time. This is the Christmas special of the Get Real Gaming Podcast. Lawrence, are you here yet?
Oh, God. Oh.
He's here.
Oh,
bloody hell.
Oh, that's a lot of stairs. That's a lot of stairs.
You sweating?
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence, how you doing today?
Hi, man.
Yep. Sounds about right. Good. Well done.
Oh, thank you. I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Not too
Did you
bad.
say it's Christmas special?
I mean, it's got to be, hasn't it?
No.
No.
Oh, not for Christmas special.
It is the Christmas.
Is it?
It's the Christmas week, Christmas special. Holiday extravaganza.
Do I need to go get me sweater?
No. It's okay. They can't see it anyway.
Oh.
You'll be all right.
Okay.
Lawrence, what have you been playing this week?
Well, funny you should say that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not like you say that every week. We played a bit of Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, God, controversial.
On the PC, on the apparent optimal version.
That's not as controversial at all. No, that's less controversial.
No, I've been playing it on the SNES.
Ah, yes. We'll be talking about that in a bit.
It feels like it sometimes. But anyway, what have you been playing this week?
Well, you finished the campaign,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I finished the main story.
What did you think?
Well, I'm going for round 2, so...
so...
Tells you everything, doesn't it?
You're just being greedy. All those people who can't buy it now, and you're there. You're there just,
Well,
playing it again a second time.
As I've been saying all along, PC, master flipping race, mother truckers. But to be fair, this is on the CD Projekt Red management staff. But we'll get on with that. We'll get to that.
We'll talk about
what have you been playing this week?
Problem. I've been playing a few different things. I've been playing Cyberpunk as well, but not as much as you. I'm still quite early on, I guess, in the story. So I've been playing that. I've been playing a couple of Christmas event type stuff in Elder Scrolls Online and Fortnite, and I've been playing a game on my phone called Polytopia, which is it's a free game that's kind of like a strategy game, kind of like Civ, but without all the complications of Civ. Like, it's a very mobile friendly, fun, low poly style version of a game like that. That's really fun to just kind of sit and go through. So I'm having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Call of Duty as well.
Oh yeah,
playing some
prop hunt and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Bench power.
So yeah, but really, I do need to get through.
Have you got a cat? Is it clicking on your key? Because all I can see is your mouse darting across bloody outline document here. What's going on?
Have I got a cat?
Have you? It's just walking over keyboard. It's clicking all over the place.
No, I'm just, my shoulders. I'm just keeping my arm moving a bit while my shoulders still.
By clicking across the keyboard.
Yeah, it's just when you need to fiddle with something. This is what I'm doing. I'm fiddling on the document.
You're fiddling on the document.
Like clicking things.
You'll go blind.
There you
Be
go.
careful. Anyway, as you were.
Yeah. Yeah. I've lost all track of where we're going with this.
You were talking about you just played Polytopia. You played a Call of Duty. You played anything else?
And that's it. No.
That's it.
No, that's it. We're good. Let's go straight into the news this week, Lawrence.
Okay.
What's the first thing we're talking about today?
Look, guys, another Game Awards.
Lawrence!
What?
You're not allowed to bring the Game Awards up anymore.
I can do and I will do, because this is the PC Gamer Game of the Year.
We promised
Awards.
we wouldn't do this.
Look, I promise you there's no Last of Us Part 2 in this Game Awards. I promise.
Right. Okay.
So.
As you were.
Okay. This is the PC. This is the PC Game of the Year Awards. It's to do with PC games, right? And they're revealing each game, like each category, every day, all the way up to the December 31st. And we've only got 3 games,
like an advent calendar.
Yeah, but for Game of the Year.
Wow.
Which is released on December 31st, as it should be.
So you can't tell us yet whether or not that's going to be Last of Us Part 2.
Well, I could tell you 3. I could tell you best ongoing game, which is Final Fantasy XIV. Okay.
You're happy about that?
I am. Best roguelike, which is Spelunky 2.
What?
Yeah, Spelunky 2 is best roguelike. Apparently.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why not? Spelunky 2 is quite a roguelike.
But what about like Hades?
Well, Hades is in a different category, it must be. Because in Best Action Game, it's The Last of Us Part 2.
Shut up.
Shut up. Best Action Game goes to Hades, to the PC game.
What? That doesn't make any sense. It's a roguelike.
But it's also an action
game.
It's
a bloody roguelike. Oh, bloody hell. Well, I had to get... Well, I've never even seen Spelunky 2, so to be fair, I could be criticising it for no reason, but... I just feel like Hades should have won that award because that's...
You can't just go to the Game Awards and enjoy it, can you? You always got to have something against it. Should we go to Kotaku's Game Awards? Should we go to the Game... Oh, the Games Radar had one.
Have they got Game Awards?
They say a Game Awards. It's just, what we think's really good this year?
I've just gone to Kotaku.
It's a mess. I daren't go through it.
And there's an article on the front page. An esports team signed an 8-year-old, but nobody is sure if it's legal.
Kotaku, are you okay?
Excellent.
I
don't think it is. I think that they need... I think that the 8-year-old needs like some sort of...
Supervision?
Specific... Yes, like a parent or guardian acting on behalf of.
I've got the best anime of 2020 if you want it.
Is this a Kotaku thing?
No, this is Polygon. I'm on Polygon now. I've moved.
We're not an anime podcast.
We can be. Databayo, etc.
We bloody can't be. I'll tell you that right now. You'd be getting a new host. I'm no good at that. I don't watch enough anime.
No, neither do I. Not anymore.
Fact. Not anymore. Also, I know this is not... None of this is in the outline of the episode.
We've got off topic now.
I think it's interesting to point out that Stardew Valley also got an update since we last.
Is that still going?
Yeah, it got a 1.5 update now. That looks like there's a lot of advanced game options. This update adds some significant late-game content to Stardew Valley. It's by far the biggest solid chunk of new content that's been added to the game since launch. In addition to the new beach farm map, so there's a beach farm map, which offers a completely new environment and prohibits the use of sprinklers to help keep crops watered for an extra bit of challenge, there's also a new set of advanced game options to customize new playthroughs, as well as more character creator options, including new hairstyles. Best of all, Update 1.5 adds proper split-screen co-op, letting you play the game locally with up to 3 other people, effectively offering an offline option for the game's existing online multiplayer. That's a pretty big update.
That's a pretty substantial update.
It's nice.
I've switched over to IGN.
Oh, yeah?
And I've taken a look at their Game of the Year for 2020.
Oh, bloody hell.
Well, this is an interesting one, because apparently IGN's People's Choice Game of the Year is Last of Us Part 2.
No.
But the
you
IGN...
said there was going to be no Last of Us Part 2.
The IGN's Game of the Year is Hades.
Okay. So they're saying that people chose The Last of Us Part 2,
bollocks,
even though people actually chose
Ghost of
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nice one, IGN. I mean, I did see an article which is not on the outline here.
What article is at this point? We're just
reading off. Well, this is how we should probably do it from now on. It's just more interesting, isn't it? It's dynamic.
We don't know what the hell's going to happen. It is. No, we don't know.
We don't know. You don't know. It's great. We'll open up a page and be like, "There's nothing on here. There's absolutely nothing."
Yeah.
The Super Mario theme park.
Oh my god! Yeah, it looks incredible.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, it didn't come out this week, did it?
Wow.
It didn't come out.
They revealed it this week. You know what I mean.
They did a full reveal. They did a Nintendo Direct on it where Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto himself. What's going on, Lawrence? Are you okay?
My elbow slipped off the desk with me hand on me coffee.
And that made you go,
yeah. It was a bit of a surprise.
Well, as this podcast should bring many surprises. Excellent.
As you were.
So Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto walked around the park showing off all of the cool and crazy features of the park and didn't give everything away. But apparently they've been working on the Mario Kart ride for about 6 years or something.
6 years?
Yeah, because it's got like an AR. It's got an AR part of it where you put like a Mario hat with the glasses things on, and then you've got like an augmented reality Mario Kart interface while you're riding the ride.
That's so cool.
It is. It looks really cool, and also they've got a lot of mushroom-based food. So I was saying to my girlfriend that we will go. And then I'll be the only one there asking for it without the mushrooms. And the toads will just be like, that's all we've got. That's our food. That's all it is. It's mushrooms. And I'll be like, no mushrooms, please.
Take the mushrooms off. I do not
leave the mushrooms. Yeah. So, but what was really cool is that they have like the Mario and Luigi like costumes that people walk around the park and you take photos of Mario and Luigi. But their faces looked amazing. They have like real blinking eyes and like they can talk in the Mario and Luigi voices, but their mouths like actually open and close as well. So it's kind of a bit surreal, really.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
It's getting to Uncanny Valley here. I'm not sure.
It is really.
I'm sure I feel about that.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley comparing to something that doesn't actually exist in the first place. Really.
Mario exists in our hearts. I believe it's a real thing that exists. According to Kingdom Hearts rules, it exists if it's in our hearts.
Ah, okay. Well, in that case, then, we'll leave it there and go back on topic for a minute.
Shall we?
Shall we go to...
Do you want to?
Should we go to our next actually scheduled piece of news this week, Lawrence?
Do we have to, or shall I just read off this mega thread again?
No.
This mega list of potential Cyberpunk features.
No, that's too. Are
you sure? I can like TLDR it.
No.
Are you sure? I've got a real good TLDR.
Let's not go there.
I've got a real good. Honestly, it's really good.
No.
TLDR, fix the goddamn game. There you go.
There you go.
That's it.
Well done.
Thank you. I worked really hard for that.
It looks like Walmart, GameStop, and Best Buy have been promised stock of the PlayStation 5 before the end of the year. If you're listening in America...
Where the hell are you? This isn't in the outline. I thought we were going back onto the outline.
We were, but then I was looking at GameSpot.
Stop.
You've gone
rogue again.
I've gone roguelike.
Oh, no. Oh, bloody
I should win a bloody award now.
We should win an award. Someone vote for us.
I'm going to award you the... Getting to read the next news article award.
Okay.
Off you go.
Millions are watching a Minecraft player survive 2,000 days on hardcore.
That's not on the sheet.
I can go round too.
Oh God.
Anyway, back to the sheet.
Back to the sheet. Finally. What is it?
So, the list of Epic's free Christmas games may have been leaked, and I believe they have been.
They have been. And they're living up to the leak currently.
The leak expectation.
Yes.
Which is not very, it's very, what's the word I'm thinking of?
Lackluster?
Yeah, that's it. Lackluster. It's a very lackluster list.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, they're all free. So
I mean, yeah, but at least make Cyberpunk free. That's all they deserve.
Bloody hell, you can't say that.
I just did. Unless you edited it out, then I
There's
just
there's a couple of games on here that are okay. So basically, on the Epic Games Store at the moment, you can get some free games every day. I don't know when it's up until. Is it up until Christmas?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So So you can get some free games every day. There's a free game, and the list of games are City Skylines, Oddworld, New and Tasty, The Long Dark, Defense Grid 1, Alien Isolation, Metro 2033, Tropico 5, Inside, Darkest Dungeon, My Time in Portia, Night in the Woods, Stranded Deep, Solitarica, Torchlight 2, and Jurassic World Evolution. Currently, today, as of recording,
it is Alien Isolation.
It's Alien Isolation Day.
And the day before that was Defense Grid. And the day before that was Long Dark. The day before that was Oddworld. The day before that was City Skylines.
So pretty much we can say that for the rest of now until... Well, it can't be until Christmas because there's only bloody 3 days until Christmas.
Must be New Year then, surely.
Must be New Year.
Must be New Year.
Yeah, City Skylines. What a great game to put on there.
But you can't get it anymore.
Well, no, but it was a great game to put on there.
It was pretty good.
But if any of those other games from there excite you, then get on the Epic Games Store and get a free game.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I can't...
Nothing to say about that?
I mean, no. It's free games, isn't it? You know?
Free games.
Free games. Anyway, on to the next news, Ackle.
Yeah, what's next?
I don't know. You've got your mouse cursor between the two articles. It's making me nervous.
Oh, sorry. I'm just...
I'm like, is he adding anything? Has he gone rogue again? Is he going rogue?
No, not going rogue. I was waiting for you to carry us on.
Oh, sorry.
Carry us through.
So. This news I've been waiting for quite some time.
New Call of Duty Warzone cutscene appears to end the current Modern Warfare storyline and teases
I was building up
the
to
arrival of Soap. Yeah, I know. I thought I'd go rogue again in another way.
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head at you.
That's fine. Okay, carry on.
You're not getting the Christmas present now.
Oh,
it's my Christmas present.
Jeez.
Which is funny because by the time this goes out, I would have already gave you the Christmas present. Anyway, yes, Mr. Rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
New, but no, I'm Lawrence.
Red Dick standing by.
Simply Red standing by. I missed Star Wars Squadrons. Anyway,
no, yeah, that's good. Yeah,
this new cutscene which I've seen in from Warzone, basically Price kills Zakayev again and foils his attempt to launch a nuclear attack. At the end of the cutscene, we see Price and the rest of the Task Force 141, Nikolai, Alex, Ghost, Kyle, and Farah head off to deal with the ongoing conflict, calling in Soap to enter the battlefield. Which means we are going to get Soap as an operator, not a bar. Literal the character Soap from the...
Do you think that Soap's going to be... Do you think he's going to be Warzone exclusive? Or do you think he's going to be added to Cold War?
Well, I think he's going to be added to Modern Warfare. And Warzone, obviously, because crossover. But, apparently, new Modern Warfare content is still to come. It's a Soap and Shane Sparks with 3 new weapons, a Scorpion, a Makarov, and a new LMG. Multiple new maps, Kill House, Al Rab Airbase, Townhouse, and Drainage are coming to Modern Warfare. Allegedly. Allegedly. This is not confirmed.
Right.
This is alleged.
Brilliant.
According to data miners and stuff like that. So, yeah, they're still updating Modern Warfare. I think this is the last update for Modern Warfare. The big one.
Right. I hope so.
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. They've kind of gone a different way this time.
I don't like the idea that there's 2 Call of Duty games to play right now.
I don't like the idea that they're both on different engines and then they feel different to play. I'm
literally not playing Warzone because I don't want to get off Cold War.
I went back to Warzone I gave it a go on the new Rebirth Island map. It's fun, but it's like the difference in play, like just the feel of the game, it threw me off instantly. Like it's not one of those things where I go, oh no, this feels a bit off. No, it was complete difference.
Right.
It felt very strange. I mean, I'll still get Soap because he's my favorite, like one of my favorite characters. You know, I want to get Soap, but it's not working. The whole we'll have two that go ongoing. If you're gonna have two ongoing, stick to one engine and stick to play like one game.
Just keep it in the one launcher as well, because like it's so annoying to just be like, oh, if you want to play Warzone, you have to click the thing in Cold War, then it closes Cold War, then it may or may not open Modern Warfare, and then you have to go in through there, and it's just like, like guys, is the Battle Pass cross game?
Battle Pass is cross game, I believe. Yeah,
I hope so.
But it's just like it's one of those things where you like, if you're gonna have like a Super Smash-esque game mode like Warzone, you need to have all three games running at the same like feel. You can't have it different feels because otherwise you alienate the Cold War fans. Because the Modern Warfare fans will have an advantage over the Cold War fans because of the difference, the major difference.
Yeah.
We're all used to the Cold War now, and it's just it makes it feel icky.
Well, we're done being annoyed at that. Now let's go get annoyed at something else.
Oh no, oh for God's sake!
Yeah, we're going to be talking about
Ubisoft. I trusted you.
Ubisoft is up to their old tricks again, which is interesting because you have some news about this next game. We're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I liked Valhalla.
Ubisoft is selling Assassin's Creed Valhalla XP boosts now.
You don't need it. You don't need it. You literally level every 5 minutes. You don't need an XP boost.
Yeah, well, if you want to level every 2.5 minutes, you can buy an XP boost for 1,000 Helix points, which is $10, and that will give you a 50% increase. I'm not sure for how long. So basically, an extra $10 for it's permanent 50% XP boost. If you spend 1,500 Helix points, that's $15. You get that as well as 50% increase to acquire money in the game. So spend $15 extra, and you'll be able to level up twice as fast in the game.
Just why? Like it's a good game. Like it's a really good game. Like it held me for all the way to the end. Like it's better than Odyssey, and it's just like, why? You're just ruining your own.
What else can you buy with Helix Point? What the hell is Helix Points? I've never heard of them before.
Helix Point is like basically the in-game cash store where you can get like skins or you can buy buy content with it for your ship. For you can buy like cosmetic armors or.
So you can buy cosmetic stuff for a single player game. That is just absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, catch up. They've been doing this for like since Origin.
I know, but it's just ridiculous.
I mean, hell, they do it in Call of Duty, but that's multiplayer, so technically
exactly. Different. It's for multiplayer. When it comes to buying cosmetic items for multiplayer games, that makes sense because you want to show off. You want to have a personality. You want to be unique.
You want to show off you've got money.
Yeah, but it's also you having your own unique persona in the game. Like you want to see, like if you are. Sorry, I've just triggered you by saying the word persona.
Persona?
Yeah, you want to have your own style. When you're playing online against other players, you want to show yourself off a bit. That's fine. But a single-player game is just cash grabby, as Ubisoft tends to be. But Lawrence, what else do you have to say for us about Assassin's Creed Valhalla this week?
It's good.
No, about the bloody charts. The box charts.
It's real good. It's a real good game.
No,
real good enough to be on number 1 of the UK physical game charts. See? Segues.
Followed by?
Just Dance. Yeah, I got you that one, didn't I? No, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is number 2.
Yeah.
And then, The Fall from Grace Cyberpunk 2077.
Which you can't even buy if at Christmas you're going to be unboxing a digital PlayStation 5. But we'll get on to that.
Yeah, we'll get onto that. We keep alluding to this.
Yeah.
It's like we're trying to be CD Projekt Red with all this build-up and just going to be let down by the end of the podcast.
Let's
early.
just delay the main topic for another 10 minutes, Lawrence. So that people have to wait longer to listen. And then really let them down.
Shall we change the logo to that platonic yellow and just give out an apology?
Yes. We're really sorry about us going so far off schedule today. We'll try to do better, but we're going to have to delay our main topic today by at least another 10 to 15 minutes. And I hope that that's okay. We're on track to bring it to you before the end of the year, but you're just going to have to bear with us while we carry on today the way that we are.
Wait, hang on. I've got a call from the investors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Yes, it works surprisingly well on last-gen consoles. Yes. Yes, our podcast does run well, surprisingly well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it will definitely be out by this time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Brilliant. Keep
Sorry,
investing. Keep investing. Keep investing. Don't stop. We need it.
Don't stop.
Brilliant.
Daddy needs a new speedboat.
Ooh. Speedboat?
In Poland.
Anyway.
After that weird tangent.
God.
For some reason, we were all playing being CD Projekt Red's management. I don't know where that came from.
Well, we're trying to delay the main topic still, aren't we? So we're just going to have to keep...
Are we?
Yeah. What else can we talk about for a minute?
No. I see Sam and Chris. They've got signs. Oh no, they're protesting. Well, we're going to have to now. We're just going to have to release it.
Before we do, Lawrence, let's talk about what released this week, because we haven't mentioned that yet in the podcast. This week...
Nothing!
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 came out on mobile.
Nothing came out! Nothing!
Super Meat Boy Forever came out on Nintendo Switch and PC.
Nothing came out.
Alba, a wildlife adventure, came out on PC and iOS. And the collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend came out on the Switch and it's only got 66 on Metacritic. So I don't really know what's up with that, but there you go. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of other things that we could talk about. I haven't got anything else.
Quick, Polygon or no.
So, GTA Online DLC will offer a more single-player element in the future. Can you believe that GTA 5 is still trying real hard to win that Best Ongoing Game Award next year?
Wow.
And then still...
Master Chief is a cat.
No, we did that one. God, you've got nothing.
I need more news.
That's it. We're done.
I know. The 50 best games of 2020. We'll go through all 50.
Wait a minute.
Number 50, Bug Snacks. No joke.
Oh my God. No, wait. Well, Bugsnax got better reviews than Phoenix Immortals, whatever that was. So hopefully,
I'm pretty sure someone on Polygon listens to us and has just made a troll list, because 50 is Bugsnax, 49 is No Man's Sky.
Bloody hell. Well, in the meantime, Jeff Keighley opens up about The Last of Us Part 2 Game Awards backlash.
Oh yeah.
This
is quite interesting.
This is something worth delaying the main topic for, isn't it?
You've actually made me sat up.
Yeah. He says, look, it's a healthy debate and discussion, he says. All of the award stuff I say somewhat separate to, as people know last year from Death Stranding, where we let the media, of which Game Informer is a member of the jury, select the nominees and then help select the winners. He later adds, regarding the topic of Kojima Productions' title, that's what happened last year with Death Stranding, right? That I was rigging it for Kojima and giving Death Stranding all the nominations. And I just have to be very clear that I'm too close to the industry because I've worked I'm working on the world premieres, I'm working on the sponsorships, and I just try to stay completely separate from that. Regarding The Last of Us Part 2, however, the topic then moves to nominee allocation. There are a few aspects of this year's showcase that comes to mind regarding pushback from the fans. What role does the subculture around a gameplay in its consideration? Are the awards rigged? Regarding the latter point, Keeley says, it's definitely a somewhat polarizing game, which is part of, I think, its appeal to some people, right? Is that it's really kind of controversial. This guy's not giving us an answer.
Meaning it's rigged. Anyway.
Meaning it's rigged.
Onto more important news.
Okay.
I looked at Polygon's best games of 2020.
Yeah.
Do you want to know where Last of Us Part 2 came?
Where did it go?
19th.
Bloody hell.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla was 18th.
Yeah.
Astro's Playroom was 16th.
It did better than... Astro's Playroom did better.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Among Us 10th. Crusader Kings is 8th.
Wow.
It's 8th, just like it deserves to be, because it's good.
Yeah.
Half-Life Alyx 7th. Spider-Man Miles Morales at 6th. Final Fantasy VII Remake at 4th. Microsoft Flight Sim at 3rd. Animal Crossing New Horizons at 2nd. And Hades is number 1.
Very good.
But where's Persona?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is it even on the list?
It's a list.
Is it on the list?
It's not on the list.
Brilliant. Call of Duty Warzone is getting a gun with a built-in tape deck, Lawrence.
Woo. I am so happy.
Listen, stop getting salty about your bloody Persona 5 and let's give the people what they want.
Persona 5, that's what they want.
It's all right, Lawrence. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Lawrence. Look, let's re-dive. I think we've delayed it long enough. The investors are now at our door begging for us to give them an answer.
I wonder what that banging was.
Just like CD Projekt Red's investors this week. Lawrence, what's happening with CD Projekt Red?
What hasn't happened?
Give us the breakdown. Is there a timeline of events here that we need to go through of what's going on right now?
I can't do a wrap off the top of my head. I can't break down this kind of stuff. It's too intense.
Well, just,
I don't have my rapping license.
Start at the start, and then we'll move forward from there. What's going on with CD Projekt Red?
Well, this timeline I've constructed is a little bit wrong because it goes before the release date of Cyberpunk 2077.
Right.
Reviewers were only given one platform to play on, which was PC.
Yes.
This doesn't seem out of the ordinary. They usually...
It doesn't seem too far out of line.
Too far out of the ordinary, but it's definitely out of the ordinary where usually they ask what do you prefer to play on? And then CDPR wouldn't let reviewers use their own recorded content until the 10th, which was the release of the game. Very strange, but whatever. And then release day came. Oh, Cyberpunk 2077 is launched. Oh, we're all downloading it. Oh, God, it's 50 gigabyte more. Right, okay. So,
I like how you're acting it out as well. Keep going. This is great.
Thank you. Yes, I'm playing. Okay, and we, collectively we're playing the game, and we're like, oh yeah, this is really good. Oh God, there's cars flipping in the air. I'm getting T poses. Sam's like, it's all right. It looks pretty good. This game. I'm still getting a lot of frame rates on my Xbox base Xbox because I'm a peasant. I won't pick up the PC parts and warrants.
Bloody hell! Shade.
Hi Sam, I know you're listening. We know you listen. Love you. Anyway, and then uproar, backlash, as the game did not run on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One base very well, to the point where it was crashing on the PlayStation 4.
Right.
Yikes. Right. And then on the 14th, the CD Projekt Red investor call gets put out. And they were not happy. They were basically asking CDPR, what the hell just happened? We've invested in this game for 8 years. You promised us it's going to be one of the best games of history.
Yep.
How has this happened? In so little response. That was on the 14th of December.
Mm-hmm.
And the management was like, look, it's on us. We pushed developers. We really wanted it out over December. We misjudged how poorly optimized the game was, etc., 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 and that we've allowed, we've told players to get refunds if they're not happy with the game.
Yeah.
To which Microsoft and Sony did not know that CD Projekt Red had said this.
Right.
So they all thought, well, it's just people trying to get refunds for the games, and they were denying them.
Yeah.
To which CDPR put out their own email to help players get the refund back.
Yeah.
Literally 2 days after.
Okay. This is Act 3 now of the saga.
We're still in like Act 2.
Right.
GOG, Good Old Games, owned by CD Projekt, has got backlash from denying a game called Devotion onto its store after a Chinese controversy about the Chinese president being depicted as looking like Winnie the Pooh.
Ah, okay.
So, and China's a very touchy subject with gamers anyway.
Right.
2 days after that,
yes,
Sony, in the first of its history, pulls a game from its own storefront.
Yeah.
Without the developer asking about it.
I heard somewhere that I don't know if the source is true, but I heard that they did actually work together on that decision.
I think it's very murky on what the hell happened.
Right.
But if they did, great. Fantastic, probably. They probably did. It is CD Projekt Red.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
Here's the quote. Following our discussion with PlayStation, a decision was made to temporarily suspend digital distribution of Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation Store. The statement from CD Projekt Red reads. There you go. They made that decision together.
They made the decision. Okay,
yeah.
That's good. On the same day, Microsoft is granting full refunds.
Yep.
To anyone that purchased Cyberpunk 2077 digitally, just like PlayStation.
Yeah.
And later on in the day, it comes out that the developers are in uproar.
Ooh.
Against their own management.
Oh,
I have never
chaos.
Seen anything like this before. Literally, this has never happened before. Basically, they were not. They are very unhappy the fact that management told investors that the game wasn't that bad in terms of crunch when it was.
Yeah.
They were mainly angry about unrealistic deadlines.
Yeah. Which makes sense because...
Which does make sense.
They had to keep pushing it back to the point where they probably felt like they couldn't afford to delay it any further.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. They should... We'll discuss that in a minute. We'll discuss that, what they should.
Are we still going down this time? Are you guys taking notes if you're listening? Because there's going to be a pop quiz at the end where you're going to have to take all of this information in. Jesus.
There will be a quiz next podcast, so I want results. Okay.
Okay.
I'll put this. I'm the quiz master. I'll put it in the quiz. I'm rewarding you, Jeffrey. That's right. I'm watching you.
Stephen.
Bloody Stephen.
Right.
Someone out there just gone, there's it over. And then finally, 2 days ago, according to on this time of recording, on the 20th of December, CD Projekt is under potential class action lawsuit over Cyberpunk 2077. This has literally gone from it's not that bad to oh Christ, we're on fire.
Yeah.
Lawyers and investors in Warsaw are circling the situation and contemplating a class action lawsuit against the company. Because it's rife with errors and it's basically they marketed it as one thing and then gave something else.
Right. Well, I just want to say to that point initially, obviously this is just a very off the cuff thing to mention that may have no reason to mention, but all of their advertising campaigns where they have the voiceover and stuff very specifically did say that it was the next generation of so that of RPG. So that phrase itself, does that have any because it is saying this is a next gen game.
Generation is meant to be the next one. It's meant to be the historic.
Yeah.
It's meant to be this great game.
Yeah. And I wonder how much of that
more of a concept than anything.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know how much of that can be taken quite literally, in order to aid.
Well, they've said it. Well, they've said it in advertisement. They're advertising it as the next gen, and it's definitely not the next gen.
Okay.
It says here, we are currently analysing together with the law firm's team the grounds for bringing a class action together with a notification of the possibility of committing a crime under Article 286 of the Penal Code, misrepresentation in order to obtain financial benefits.
Right. Which does
so
seem
it's
a bit
misrepresenting, which is very serious because let's face it, it is. That's exactly what's happened here. It's misrepresentation.
There are
they're saying it's the next gen.
Yeah,
is it?
There are quite a few games that release on next gen and old gen platforms that do have significant performance issues, like on last gen, like even Call of Duty on Xbox One and PlayStation 4, like they play like trash. There's sound error issues. There's a lot of crashing. There's a lot of hitching in the menus, for goodness sake, you know? So it's where do you draw the line? And it's almost as if they can try and set up a class action just because of how much media attention and how much popularity and talk there is of this game right now. Versus any other game that does something similar, where they'll only show cutscenes from, or, you know, recorded gameplay from PC, and then, you know, but you're buying the Xbox One version or something, and so it's going to look like garbage compared anyway. And you go into the game, you buy the game knowing it's not going to look that good.
Yeah.
So
I think what the issue is the fact that they've been marketing this as like the next big thing, and they've been marketing it as saying it's next gen, and they've shown gameplay where it's got all the things that we've wanted. Okay, it said no beta version may not be the final game, but it gave us this idea, this kind of, you know, thought of this is where our baseline's going to be.
Yeah,
and then they just gave it complete like nothing, anything like they've shown.
And to be honest,
to an extent,
that does also cover other things. We're not just talking about performance. We're also talking about features of the game. You know, things like that aren't in the game now that were talked about quite early on.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying. I see where you're coming from.
If the developers are in uproar, then surely they feel just as strong as the rest of the players going, what the hell have you just done?
Yeah. So shall we...
This stuff on management.
Shall we rewind just and go through kind of each little bit a little bit more in detail here? Can we talk about any parts of this?
Ooh. Sorry.
Oh, go on.
Update for Game of the Year Award 2020 of PC Gamer.
Oh, a new one?
Paradise Killer for Best Adventure Game. I've not even bloody heard of Paradise
We've heard of it like once or something, but...
Yeah, it was up for a load of awards.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Cyberpunk.
Microsoft did start doing their refunds. And I think Sam got a refund on Cyberpunk as well. And he was saying that Microsoft originally denied it just because their standard policy, it wouldn't fit into the standard policy, and so they were automatically getting denied. Whereas obviously they've now made a special exception for Cyberpunk. So at least Microsoft have started correcting that. But I did mention it quite early on. But imagine that you're going to get... Because removing the game from the PlayStation Store isn't just the PlayStation 4 store. It's also the PlayStation 5 store. If you get, or if you unbox or buy yourself or get given a PlayStation 5 digital version for Christmas, right? You're not even going to be able to buy the game on a digital version of the PlayStation 5 because... Yeah, it's not on the store, and you can't go out and buy the disc. So you literally can't get the game. There's no alternative.
Yeah, it's kind of shot PlayStation players in the foot, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel sorry for the Xbox people because they literally launched an Xbox branded with Cyberpunk 2077 with the promise this was going to be like the next best game, like the next game that everyone's going to want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, they made too many promises and not enough like feature list. Like it's
and of course we're not in any position to understand whether or not, you know, this kind of a lawsuit is something that's possible. But even then, how would it affect? Like, you know, let's say they do the lawsuit and and the claim wins,
they're going to owe them a lot of money.
They're going to owe who a lot of money? People who bought the
All
game.
of us. I want $1,000. Thank you.
No, but you won't, because you didn't even buy it on console. You'll.
Oh yeah, but on PC.
So it probably won't even apply to you.
They'll probably owe the companies. They'll probably owe PlayStation and Xbox money.
Potentially, yeah.
Because it's a loss of revenue for Xbox and PlayStation.
Yes, that's also potential. But they get. The thing is we're expecting them to make the game worth it in the end.
Yeah, and I think they will do.
Yeah.
I there's this weird thought in the back of my head where it's not faith, it's not belief. It's just I have this gut feeling it's going to be fine in the end.
Yeah, but they've been through a little bit of a rough and tumble this week, to say the least.
They basically in a space of a week or two, they have managed to make gaming history by the biggest, worst launch in history.
Yeah.
Rivaling E.T.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's how bad it is.
I want to know really what monetarily has been lost currently based on the refunds,
Yeah.
I mean, is it possible to find?
There will be. Apparently, they're going to launch their financial earnings in January.
Oh Jesus!
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it's going to be
Should be fun. But they've said before this it was 51% PC, 49% consoles was their earnings. So that'll probably go up because obviously people want to play on PC. CDPR management has actually said that the whole cost of fixing the game is irrelevant compared to restoring the company's reputation.
Yeah.
Them saying that for me is saying, okay, they're going to look at what the players want. They're going to look at what they want the developers to do, and they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have a choice.
No, it doesn't sound like they do.
It's weird because the game itself is not a bad game. It just feels more like a concept than a fully fledged, next gen game.
Yeah, but you see, at this point, even on PC, we're having to use mods to improve our experience.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people out there that aren't even aware that you can run mods on this game.
Yeah. There's so many. There's mods every day. It's what I check in the morning, see what new mods are on, because it's fun.
But I didn't even knew that Nexus mods existed until you told me about it for Cyberpunk, because it has dramatically helped the way the game looks.
Oh, yeah.
How it's helped the performance of the game for me slightly. So, things like that. There's
a program now where you can change your hair color and your hair and your character.
Bloody hell. They're adding features into Cyberpunk that CD Projekt Red couldn't even add into Cyberpunk, and they're doing it within the space of a week of the game coming out.
Yeah. But it's by literally by modifying the save game. That's how they're getting around it.
Yeah.
So not implementing it in game, but and they're tweaking the driving mechanics, which everyone's tweak the car handling, and everyone's gone, yeah, here you go.
There you go, tweak.
Done.
So that's kind of funny because you can have all these people, do so much stuff to the game, just by working hard on the save file and stuff. There are people who have save games for you that are here's a save game of a character that starts with max this or something like that. That's an idea that's you could potentially have a role playthrough of a game without worrying about the rest of the game. If enough of the game was more immersive than it is right now, if they make it more immersive in the future, the modding side of it will be very strong, I do think.
Yeah, that's another key thing, which they said it's the most immersive game. I have been kicked out of the immersion of this game so damn much. It's untrue.
Yeah.
Everything they've said that is going to happen has not happened.
Yeah, I think, and the thing is, right? Like we were talking earlier about the list of stuff that people want adding to the game. Things like reflect your character's reflection in the mirror or something, or not in the mirror mode.
Yeah, in reflective surfaces.
Yeah, there's a reason why that isn't going to happen. And the reason is because the actual animations of the first person character are designed in a way that physically bends and crushes your character's model in order to favor your experience aiming or looking around.
See, we know that because of our experience with game design or with animation. Because if you've got a camera on top of a character in the head, all you'd see is like their eye models and their teeth.
Yeah.
So you need to get rid of that to have a first person character.
But because by design they've made the character in such a weird way, the camera is directly affecting the character model instead of, them building a camera system that works independently of the character model. Because they haven't done that, they now can't do things like make the role-playing more immersive, add multiplayer to the base game. They can't do reflections for the character other than very specific moments where you have a mirror. And there's a reason because of that you have like your own mirror quality settings in the bloody settings. Because and that is why they can't do the multiplayer part of Cyberpunk as part of the base game. That's why you were mentioning a podcast or so ago, you were saying, they're going to have to make a standalone multiplayer. Yeah, the reason is because could you imagine trying to put multiplayer into this where everyone's character models are just bending through and elastically stretching in and out of each other with no head because they couldn't detach the camera from the character model. There's so many design flaws in the base concept of building this game, which I've got no reason why they would do. Like The Witcher 3, I haven't even played it, but it's third person, and they managed to do everything they needed to do character model-wise while having an independent camera.
It's funny because they put it, the reasoning for first person, right, is so you can be more immersed in the world. Yet they won't let you eat or drink in first person.
At all.
They won't.
Well, you can drink, but not in free will. You can't.
Not in free will. No, in story beats you do.
Yeah.
The conversation system, the way that you look at someone and talk to them, is revolutionary.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Expand on it.
Yeah.
But the rest of the game, just like, there's nothing that you can literally role play in.
Yeah.
Like they say, oh, it's a role playing game. Bollocks! Is it a role playing game?
No.
I've seen bloody Roblox be more bloody immersive than Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, but you're better than this.
Whereas you seem more optimistic about the future of the game, things like this make me more weary that they're not going to be able to push the game much further because the core design of like the way the camera and the characters and things like that work, they're designed to only go so far in the first place, probably to save time. But, at this point, how much more immersive can this get if, the base game is built to cut corners, basically? It is essentially a cutting corners thing. You can't make it that much more immersive if, to start with, you turning left makes your character look like a twister. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine them. I mean, unless it's not. There's no way at this point in time. Like, we're not going to see an update that's like, okay, patch 1.25, whatever. We've now completely detached the camera from the character and completely redone the entire animation system.
Hang on. I need to send you a video over Discord. Someone's modded it, and it kind of works-ish. They need to fix the animations, but it
Let's have a quick look. So this is a video that Lawrence has just pulled up, which is a mod that allows third-person camera in Cyberpunk 2077. So we're just taking a look.
Cyberpunk 27. If you go on the Cyberpunk game subreddit, there's a megalith, and it's got the link in there.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but the 3D there is a third person option.
Well,
like, it's not
there is,
impossible.
except we're immediately seeing how they've tuned the animation to make the characters deformed in order to favor the look of you from the eyes of first person, which is strange because if they're not going to, if we're not going to see our characters through the mirror, through reflections anyway, why animate the characters so deformed in order to make this work in the first place? You could have just had arms. You could have just had the arms and the legs and not. I think they got rid of the head, but they kept the torso. And because they kept the torso and attached the camera to the top of the head as if the torso and the head were attached, but then tweaked the aiming so that you really can twist yourself in very obscure angles, it completely deforms the character. And it looks like Hunchback of Notre Dame because they want to stretch the arms out around the camera for FOV purposes or something in a particular way.
Yeah.
As soon as you aim, I mean, this video looks pretty all right, but the character that we're looking at on screen currently isn't holding a gun. They're not aiming down the sights. They're just default walking and running and jumping. And so we'll see immediately, as soon as they go to pick up a gun, how messed up that will become. But this is something that they should, like you said, it would be an animation thing, but that will now detract from the original experience.
Yeah. I think it's impressive that a modder has already been able to experiment with third person.
Yeah.
But just there needs to be more. There needs to be more immersive. I know we went on the list on what more stuff we'd want, like eating and drinking and stuff like that, but they promised all this, like well, not the third person, but majority of this mega list, they've promised or said would be in the game, and it's not in the game.
Lawrence, you sound like a disappointed child at Christmas where you got a really nice present, but it's not quite what you want, and that's all right.
No.
You still play with the toy.
I like the game. But
you need some new AA batteries.
No. It's not. It's the fact that this game has potential. It's a No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
This is not an Anthem. It is a No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
And No Man's Sky seems to have done pretty well. So, all things considered.
It won an award, so,
This year it won an award. I mean, I'm not even going to discuss it. Right. Well, let's end the podcast there, Lawrence, before I end up going off on the rails. Yes.
Should we delay the ending as well while we're at it?
No, we don't need to delay.
Are you sure?
Ray tracing on the SNES, Lawrence.
Oh, no, we're definitely in there. We're definitely oh, God.
Right. Thanks very much for listening, guys. Really appreciate it this week. And as always, thanks again for 150 downloads of the podcast so far. Make sure you guys have an amazing Christmas, and we'll be back next week just before New Year. If you want to get in touch with us and let us know your thoughts, if you played it on current gen or last gen Cyberpunk, you want to let us know, you can do so at GetRealPod across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can send us an email at getrealpoduk@gmail.com, and you can also send us a voice clip at speakpipe.getrealgaming.com. I think that's the link. So anyway, have a great Christmas.
I hope it's the link.
Stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Anything you want to say, Lawrence?
PC Master Race.
Goodbye.
Bye. Not if you play Cyberpunk, it's not. No.